Welcome back to Interpreting the Scares! That's right, we're moving right along in our month-long journey in nightmares with the second horror film of the month. This is a little movie that's called Splinter. Splinter is a horror film about a young couple on a camping trip that run into a couple of criminals that hijack them in their car, hoping to secure a quick getaway. When they hit an animal afflicted by some kind of fungal bacteria categorized by black goo and spikes, they all have to work together to survive the night because whatever parasite killed that animal is gunning for them next. All they have to do is avoid getting a splinter. Man, this month is really kicking off in a really unexpected way. I didn't really expect that much from the first few movies since I did sort them all in ascending popularity, meaning least to most popular, but I guess at the bottom of the list is just a bunch of hidden gems. I mean, surely, if people never heard of a movie, it's not going to be that popular, right? But that does not mean it's not good. Like most others, I also never heard of Splinter before. But I'm glad that I gave it a shot because this thing is highly original and overall it's just well done, especially for something that clearly had a lower budget. The way that this film began is entirely different than how it ended, especially when it came down to character development for one character in particular. Now, I don't want to give too much away there since it's better just to watch it and see for yourself than just to have me tell you. For instance, when the film first began, you think that the horror is going to be much more real and domestic. You know, a hijacking that kind of reminded me of a movie that I saw last year called Coming Home in the Dark, which I absolutely loved, by the way. There's something so tangible and genuinely scary about getting kidnapped and forced to go on a car ride with a couple of clearly deranged criminals that could kill you without a second thought at any given moment. There's just no hope. But then the movie turns into a survival creature feature where they're all being attacked by an insanely innovative horror villain. I mean, I loved this thing. I don't even think I could accurately explain what it was. You have to see it for yourself, but it's like this black goop that grows spikes, and the way that it operates with the people and animals that it kills specifically, it's incredible. You can call it bacteria, fungus, a parasite. I'm honestly not sure what the right answer is because it truly is highly original, and I love the approach there. There's a lot of really well done practical effects, gore, and makeup being utilized in this film, and I mean a lot. Unfortunately, the way that it's shot is sometimes hard to tell how good the practical effects and gore moments are, because anytime the film ramps up its tense moments, it also zooms in as much as humanly possible. It gets really shaky and choppily edited in a way that I hate. It is so sloppy during those moments that even as hard as I tried, I still didn't understand what happened in some of those scenes because it was not shot or edited in a way that clearly shows those vital moments. Now, if those practical effects and creature designs weren't good, I'd understand why somebody would shoot like that. That would normally distract a viewer from realizing that the creature design looked like hot garbage. But I could tell that the creature design was awesome here. Instead, I would say that it's almost like they didn't have enough faith in themselves to show the creature straight on because it was really cool. How about scary? Was it scary? After all, I'm interpreting the scares. Well, as usual, scary is more of a subjective term. I could see it scaring some people. I wasn't scared per se, but I was definitely engaged and enthralled with the film. There was quite a few moments where I had my hand rested on my chin, covering my mouth in anticipation. If nothing else, I think the thrills work, and because it's as original as it is, it's harder to predict what'll happen next, and that always helps with horror. As a general feeling, I definitely recommend this film to horror and thriller lovers alike. I think that it's a great hidden gem film that will be worth it to watch this month if you're looking for something different than the typical list of horror films that you watch every year. The editing being choppy it's a bit of a distraction, but because it is as innovative and original as it is, I think that it's still worth it to check it out overall. Let's go ahead and break down my final score from an unbiased technical level. I have to give props to the creature design team and overall whoever was responsible for things like practical effects, fake blood, and gore, and things like that, because without their work, the movie would feel cheaper. It would feel as cheap as it probably was to make. The visuals particularly stand out here, while everything else mostly seems business as usual. So while nothing is absolutely horrible, it is typical. So this score is 72%. As for my bias score, just how I personally thought about the movie, I was enthralled. I had a really good, surprising time with the movie. I acknowledge that I've ultimately seen better, sure, and I'm not sure if it's watched every year good, but in the moment, it is good. I had so much fun with it. The score is 78%, so when we combine the two scores together, we come to the final rating of 75%. 75 out of 100 possible stars, or a letter grade of B on my letter grading system. Yesterday, I saw a movie that I graded 74%. Today, it's 75. So just 1% of a difference. So the month is heading in the right direction. We'll see if that trend continues tomorrow, and until then, let me know your thoughts in the comments down below if you saw Splinter. And as for YouTube, you guys know what to do. Hit that like, subscribe button, and the bell to be notified when I come out with my next review. Till then, peace out!